Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Derek Austin's Level Up Travel. You know I love to talk about points, miles, rewards, credit cards in general. Love to talk about cash back. Love to talk about the programs like the hotel programs, like the airline programs, like the credit card programs. I love to always talk about travel as well. Today, I'm going to talk about Chase. Why I love Chase's system. I know I haven't done too many videos on Chase, and it's because I never had a Chase card. And my wife actually has one, the Amazon card, but we were never into this Chase ecosystem. And honestly, it's only because I got into the game and didn't know about the 524 and got way too ahead and could never get it back. So, but I do recognize it's an awesome system. So I'm going to go into a whole bunch of things that I love about Chase, and like the Chase Trifecta, the Chase ecosystem, which is even beyond the Chase Trifecta. So let's talk about what's awesome about Chase. So one, they have these great credit cards with great protections called the Sapphire cards. You have, of course, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, really super premium card, big annual fee. You get transferable partners. You also get their own travel portal where you're getting a 50% boost on all your points. And that is really, really awesome to have in your bag there. It really comes into play, especially on like local travel, like like shorter airline flights or domestic flights. It really comes into play. It's really also nice because those kind of things, those kind of redemptions, when you're just doing it on the travel portal and getting that 50% boost, you actually can get status on like airlines. It's not a reward ticket. It's really actually a even though it is a reward ticket, it really goes through as a purchase. And that really helps to if you're into trying to get status and stuff like that. So there's some nice benefits there, but there's also some great travel protections, purchase protections, for primary rental car coverage. So that's really great. And then you have its little brother, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, has all that kind of stuff that we were just talking about, except it's a little bit less, 25% boost on your points. It does have primary rental car and all those travel protections, but it's a little bit worse. Still really good for what the rest of the industry is doing, especially on that level of card for a $95 annual fee. So that is one part, and that is the basis of why I think Chase's ecosystem is so great. And you basically, what you can do is you get other cash cards or other point cards, and you can just put them over into your Chase Ultimate Rewards system, and you can get all those cash back that you got could now be worth 1.5 cents per point instead of just 1 cent per point. And that, or if you have the preferred, instead of 1 cent per point, it was 1.25 cents per point that you did on that cash back card. So say you have a cash back card called the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is a 1.5% cash back card. That's really 2.25% cash back if you do it through send it over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and then book it with travel. You actually get 2.25 cents on that purchase that you made. So that's just one small example. They also have some other categories on that. But yeah, the Chase Freedom Unlimited is awesome. They have these great bonuses too. So they have Chase Freedom Unlimited, Chase Freedom Flex, and then one of the Sapphire cards is a common Chase Trifecta that a lot of people do. You can really earn a lot of points. All of them have really nice bonuses, which is really great. And they just all work together. Here's another part that I just love about the Chase ecosystem, okay, is that say your spouse or your friend or other parents or whatever, a whole family, right, gets into this Chase ecosystem and gets all these points and stuff like that. You could put it all into one account, and that actually is really, really big because a large amount of points actually has a lot more power than a smaller amount. Not just because of the amount of dollars, right? But when you're trying to get like a business class ticket and transfer it over to, you have to have a certain amount to get there. It's usually larger amounts of points that are needed to get that 10 cents per point redemption, right? And if you have maybe just 10,000 here, 10,000, and they're all scattered in different accounts, you don't have enough to get that business class flight, so you can't even get 10 cents per point. You can get maybe a domestic flight where you can get 1.5 cents per point or 2 cents per point. Hope I explained that correctly, but having a massive amount of points has more power than just the massive amount of points. It is that you have to have certain amounts of thresholds of points to actually get these awesome redemptions. So I think that is a really big part about that. Now you can also take the business cards from Chase, which seem to just really be ahead of the game for most people, because there's a lot of times they have huge bonuses, great spending categories, but they have no annual fee. A lot of them have no annual fee or very low annual fees, and that's different from American Express, who has these tremendous annual fees. So you can really get into the Chase ecosystem with really one annual fee on either Chase Sapphire Reserve or Preferred. After that, you're getting the Freedom Flex, you're getting the Freedom Unlimited, you're getting the ink, all those ink cards. There's so many ink cards that have like $900 bonuses right now with no annual fee that can be converted over to Chase Ultimate Rewards, and then can be boosted up by a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve, or be transferred out. That is just such a powerful thing that I feel about the Chase Sapphire the Chase ecosystem in general. That what you can do with this and be a whole family that has all these points. And I think it's really, really cool. Some of the downsides, though, to the Chase ecosystem, they really still don't have a full-time grocery category, and I don't believe they have a full-time on any of their cards that we're talking about that can be converted over into Ultimate Rewards in their ecosystem or gas. They have other things that are temporary. They have a category a lot of times on the Freedom Flex that you can get gas for 1 quarter. They also have a quarter that will usually have groceries. They also have bonuses currently, where for a whole year you get up to $12,000 on the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited, where you're getting 5% cash back at grocery stores up to like $12,000, right? And that can be now converted over to Ultimate Rewards for a boost. Really, really amazing, but it's a temporary category. It's only good for a year. After you have the car for a year, it goes back to, you just have it on the rotating category, maybe on the Freedom Flex. So those are kind of, I think, some negative parts, but those are pretty limited, right? The other thing I love about Chase is they do have some really good co-branded partners like Hyatt. They have their credit cards. They have United's credit cards. They have Aeroplan's credit cards. They have IHG, and they all seem like they're all really good credit cards on their co-branded. Also, their travel partners are, here's the thing about they don't have as many travel partners as a lot of like American Express, like even like Citi or Capital One. But then they do have that boost, that you can get on their travel portal. And then the other thing is they have simple but strong travel partners. Hyatt is the best one. It might be the best because it's so simple. I wouldn't say it's the easiest one to get outstanding, ridiculous awards like 10 cents per point on a business class flight. Obviously, it's a hotel, but you can get that on transferring to airlines, right? And first class flights, you can get 10 cents per point, 15 cents per point at times. Hyatt, you can easily get 2 cents. A lot of times you can easily get 4 cents a point if you well, not easily. If you try a little harder, you can get like 4 cents per point using Hyatt, right? But then the other travel partners, they have a lot of other good ones, like British Airlines and a whole bunch of Avios partners that they have, like 3 or 4. It's only really just one system. But anyway, they also have Aeroplan, and they have they have Virgin Atlantic that are really, really good. But they don't have as many as the other partners. But they have some really, really strong ones. And Hyatt, I think, puts them a little bit higher, especially if you want something a little bit simpler. Chase is really great because, one, you can use their travel portal at 1.5 cents per point boost, or 1.25% boost, and they have Hyatt, which is also a simpler way. Hotels are just easier to redeem, in my opinion, and it's easy on the Hyatt to get really strong rewards all the time. Okay, you can make mistakes on travel partners, airline travel partners, where you're getting like 1 cent per point. That can happen all the time on like United. It can happen all the time on like Delta and stuff like that, where you only get like 1 cent per point, or even sometimes lower. I've seen it where you can make mistakes because the cash price on that short domestic flight you were going to take is like $80, and they're charging you 150 or 15,000 points to do it, or 10,000 points to do it. You're actually lower than 1 cent per point. Okay, so that's the kind of things I like about Chase. Now, I am not in the Chase ecosystem. Again, I just have one Chase card, but that is what I do like about Chase. I think their reward system in general is very, very strong, and one of the things about Chase in the past, and I'm not so sure it's this one-sided anymore. They used to lose a lot of money on their credit cards. It's a way to get customers in the door. So if they're losing a lot of money, that means they're putting a ton of value into your pocket. So that's another thing that I do love about Chase. Also, great customer service. Them and American Express are just fantastic customer service. You'll always get great customer service from Chase. I think you're in good hands if you're in the Chase ecosystem and you just stick with Chase on a lot of things, because they are a really good bank. But at the same time, they are a bank, right? And they do have their flaws, and they are into making money and in general, right? And never really completely trust anyone, including Chase or American Express or any of these credit card companies or banks, right? But this is, I think, one of the good ones, right? And they've put out that I don't think any of the cards, they used to have the king by a mile, Chase Sapphire Reserve. It is not the king anymore. It's just kind of like another good card. Many of the other good cards, like the Venture X and the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the American Express Gold card. There's many good cards. It's kind of like in there now, on its quality and how much you'll get out of it compared to other. But then when you take the sum of the whole, the ecosystem, that you can not only get multiple cards, cashback cards that have a high rate, and then you move them over to Ultimate Rewards, getting even more value out of it. Then you can get business cards, and then you move that over to your reserve and get a boosted value from that. And you can take family members, friends, and stuff like that, and just pool it all into one spot. It's really, really powerful, and that's what I like about Chase. Guys, tell me, especially you Chase people, because I know I have a lot of people that are really, really like the Chase system. Let me know what you love about the Chase, and especially something that I haven't explained to on this video, because again, I don't have as much first-hand knowledge as a lot of people on YouTube, or a lot of people like you. You have a lot more first-hand knowledge, and that goes a long way. So put some comments down below on what I've missed. What is a spot that maybe you really just love about it, even if I mentioned it, and things that maybe I should have mentioned in this video. But anyway, give me a thumbs up on the video. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification, so next time I do come out with a video, you'll be the first to know. And have a great rest of the weekend, guys. One last thing, happy MLK Day coming out tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have another video, but if I don't, happy MLK Day. Besides the rest of the stuff that MLK has done so amazing for our country, going what he's done on civil rights and all this kind of thing, that we all know what he did. He's a fantastic human being and a great American. But he also gave us a 3-day weekend, all right, this weekend. So thank you, MLK, for everything you've ever done, and I appreciate it. And everybody, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.